It starts our summer program. I mean, the kids all know it. This is Wing T camp. This is when it is, and it's as much about individual as it is about team. And the kids, as much as they dread it, they still look forward to it. It's still part of the past. And you hear kids talk, "It's my last Wing T." It's and this and that. So it's critical for us. Because there's great Wing T coaches. Joe Susan from Bucknell and Bill Swan from Westchester. I believe that Bill Swan is the finest wing team mind in the country, college or high school. He just has a great mind about him. And if you ever get a chance to just run in and bump, he coaches the quarterbacks here, and he just does a wonderful job.
We've been running this camp for 27 years, both on the West Coast and here on the East Coast. And what we try to do is get a group of great coaches together and work very, very hard on the fundamentals and techniques, not only necessary to successfully run the offense, the wing team, and what we're working on, but just generally to be successful in the game of football. It's still the little things that count, and the good teams, they still do the little things just a little bit better than everybody else. So we have lengthy individual periods in terms of working on the blocking skills, the receiving skills, the first step, second step, and I think our coaches do a magnificent job in terms of teaching the fundamentals to these outstanding student athletes that we have attending the camp.
This is my entering my 6th year now as a head coach at North Warren, and every year we brought the kids here. Every year I've brought in a larger group, and I really feel each year, we've gotten one or two, points out of it that have really helped us throughout the season. And obviously the structure of the camp, the fine coaches that are here from all over the country is one thing, but specifically I've gotten one or two little variations of a pass play, one or two different blocking schemes that we've really, adapted into our offense, and it's helped us be successful.
In this day and age of spread offenses and read option offenses, the Delaware Wing T is not as popular as it used to be, but it's a very successful offense. You don't have to go further than the great schools that are here today: Roxbury, North Warren, Lenape Valley, and on the college ranks, Auburn.
It's withstood the test of time. And, as much as, like the number one offensive team right now is Auburn, but they're running Wing T stuff. I mean, Wing T principles, Wing T buck sweep, pulling both guards. I was down there this spring for 4 days, and it just, the principles of blocking, haven't changed. I don't care whether you're running spread or whatever it is, and it still comes down up front. And I think that's the key. And to have the great line coaches that we have here, the 5 of them are just wonderful. So I think it's critical for our team.
I'm not going to be leaving it. Like you said, a lot of teams in my area have spread the game out. I believe in ball control, run the ball first, old-fashioned football, control the football. If you got the ball, they can't score, control the clock. And for us, it's a nice blend of smash mouth, misdirection. We hurt you with formations and motions and stay based in what we do. So it's a good blend for our kids and the kind of kids I have in my program. It's a nice blend for us.
Practice officially opens in August, but this is a good way for the players to come in, get a week in, and get ready and psyched up for the regular season to start.
That's the thing, and it is a taste. Certain people have different approaches. Some people stay. This is the only time. Like, we'll be in pads these 3 days, and then that's it. We get our workouts done. Throughout the summer, but we don't overdo it too. And I think that's kind of been one of our reasons for success, is that we don't burn our kids out. That we keep a balance of things, and ask them to come in and get certain things done, but we're not making it a drudgery through the summer. I want them to be excited when August comes and when camp opens up.
The 3 local teams here, Roxbury the host with Coach Cosmo LaRusso, there's been some changes in realignment, but the Gales, who are only a couple years removed from winning a state title, are ready for the challenge.
I look at our schedule, and we really have one of the toughest schedules, in the state. Opening up with Sparta, a state champ, ending with Parsippany Hills, one of our tougher teams who's going down. They played for a state championship. Getting Knowles back in, Coach Regan always does a great job, and our traditional rivalries with West Morris and Randolph and Morristown. So there is not an easy game, and I know a lot of coaches say that this is the reality. And if you ask any coach, there is not an easy game on our schedule.
Realignment, too, for Don Smolyn and Lenape Valley Patriots. For the first time, they will play North Warren in the regular season. And as we know, North Warren's guided by Matt Barzaro, Don's former player and assistant coach. Should be a special Friday night when they get together.
It's exciting to play Matt. Matt played for me, coached for me. I think it's going to be a tough night for both of us. I don't think that, I'd much rather call and ask him how he did after the game, or him call me, as opposed to play each other, But it'll be a challenge, and it'll be exciting, and it's at his place, so I'm sure those guys will do a great job up there. But Matt's a wonderful coach. He's done a great job up there. He's turned that program around. When you look at the history of that program and what he's done since he's come in there, he's an outstanding young coach, he and his staff.
Obviously, I mean, what better test, to go against Lenape Valley? The last couple of years we've gone against Mountain Lakes, which I think is very comparable to a Lenape Valley. We dropped Mountain Lakes off our schedule, which I saw, and then got replaced with Lenape Valley. So it's kind of like pick your poison. Both those teams have run the Wing T since their existence. Lenape in the mid 70s and Mountain Lakes probably about the same time, going back. So we really kind of judge our program, by those programs, by Mountain Lakes, by Lenape Valley, and what better way to do it than to go face to face. And certainly it'll be a challenge. Have the utmost respect for all their coaches. The way they prepare, that's how I kind of try to mirror myself, and it'll be a tough test.
This camp is on the East Coast and the West Coast, and one of the most successful coaches in California history was here today.
Always excited to come east. A lot of these guys come west because I've been hosting the same kind of camp at my place for 25 years. And I just love to watch what happens on the west, and you come out in east and see their programs and see the kids, and it's just a great experience for me.